Me, 30F, and my husband, 36M, have been married for 5 years, and he's a really good guy, very attractive, smart and educated, has a good job, the S-time is insanely great, and I know he's crazy about me. I really love him, and he's my best friend indeed. I've cheated on him years ago twice with 2 different guys. He knows about it, it hurt him a lot, and I felt like the worst person in the world for doing this. I was really sorry. We worked things out, and we were good for the past few years. The thing is, I often think about other guys, and I was really trying my best to be faithful to him. I failed, and I cheated again just recently. The blame is on me, the other guy didn't even know I'm married. I can't lie about what I'm feeling, and it felt really great in the moment, but then all I feel right now is an awful regret. My husband often says that he loves me, and he does absolutely everything possible to make me happy. I don't know what's wrong with me, but even though I love him, being monogamous is really hard. I don't even know why I cheat. My husband is way better in bed than all those 3 guys I cheated on him with, and he's also very loving and gives me all the attention I need and ask for. I don't have major problems related to him. All those 3 times I cheated happened in the heat of the moment, and I wasn't thinking straight. I know it's not an excuse though, but it is true. And no, my husband is not open-minded to the point of agreeing on an open marriage. I had a conversation with my husband about what I did. It didn't go very well. He thinks I might be a S-time addict or something like this, and he told me to look for help. He's hurt and angry at me, but he says he doesn't want a divorce and that we can work through this again, and he just needs some time. He's staying with his parents for now, around 2 hours away from where we live, and he's been very distant. We still talk every day, but it's not like it was before. He asks how am I doing, if I need anything, but it's not like a real conversation. I hadn't seen him in days and he came back home last Saturday. I thought it was at least a start, but he only wanted time from me and went back to his parents' house again. Is there any way to save my marriage at this point? Is there anything I can do to make it up to him? On top of that, there's the fact that I might be pregnant. I don't know for sure if I am or not, so I haven't told him. If I am, it's my husband's, because of the timing, and also because I've used protection with all the other guys but I never use condoms with my husband, and every now and then I mess up the birth control pill hours. He really wanted to have kids, it will be our first child, and this would be good news before I screwed things up for the 3rd time. Is there any way to save my marriage at this point? Is there anything I can do to make it up to him? I originally posted this on other sub, but then someone told me to post here. Update, he came back home today. We talked about everything, we cried together, we sorted things out, we made love. I'm starting therapy next week. At least for now we're good again, and I'm so happy. Comment 1. You know what, if you only cheated once, I would have recommended you couples counseling. But 3 times? Nah, you don't deserve your husband. You've said all these good qualities about your husband and yet you still cheated. It only solidified what you are. A serial cheater. He comes back just for S-time? What do you want our reactions to be? Oh, he's a bad husband. Nah, you put yourself in this situation. BTW, this might be a long stretch. But I would recommend you to go see a doctor. There has been a case of a cancer or tumor that suppressed the part of our brain which controls our S-time will desire or something. It is possible you might have that because you said it happened during the spur of the moment. Personally, I think you're full of shit, but who knows? If I'm right, you might just be able to save you and your husband from having this toxic marriage. Comment 2. You need to cut this poor guy loose until you fix all the ducked up stuff inside you. Even in open relationships there has to be trust and you're incapable of anything related to that. He even friggin' told you to get help. Have you found a psychiatrist? No? Well there you go. You're not event trying, so why the hell should he? Let that guy have a decent woman and move on. Figure your crap out before you make anyone else suffer to just stay single for Christ's sake. Comment 3. Put the S-time addict label aside for a second, you're someone who repeatedly and compulsively cheats on her partner, with no insight into why, to the point where it's seriously messing up your life. You do need professional help, whether it's to save your relationship or help you get through a divorce and break this pattern in a future relationship. Start calling therapists right now. Beyond that, give your husband the space and time he's asked for, And if he does move home, ask him what he needs from you. We can't tell you how to earn back his trust, only he can. Comment 4. If you actually love your husband extremely doubtful, divorce him, let him find real love with a faithful woman. You like being used just for time, so why can't your husband use you as well? Because all you will ever do is continue to inflict pain. Until one day this poor abused man will be an empty shell. You are slowly killing him, you have to see that. Or do you get you jollies of causing such pain on man who has already forgiven for cheating on him with 2 other men? Now it's a third. How many more before you totally destroy him? For the sake of your husband, I pray you aren't pregnant. It would be awful if the child wasn't his. You can't be 100% sure condoms aren't 100%. Actually, it would be awful if it was, because he would be stuck with your NA for the next 18 years. Praying 3rd time's the charm and he divorces your cheating, but you don't deserve this man. Or you show you love him and divorce him, because be honest, you just can't, your legs closed for other men. Comment 5. Honestly, there's no way to save it. I'm an ethically non-monogamous man, and I know monogamy would never work for me. I never cheated, but I could tell that down the road I would grow to resent my partner. She never would have deserved that, period. No matter how much you profess to love each other, there's a core fundamental difference between you two that is insurmountable, and staying together is about the cruelest thing you can do to each other. The fact you're pregnant is probably the worst twist of the knife in all of this. Of course there will be the thought process of, oh, we have to stay together for the child and all that. It's crap. The kid will pick up on the strain between you two. Neither of you will ever be able to give them a genuinely loving and warm household if you're together. I'd start negotiating co-parenting options and agreements now. I've little doubt your husband will demand a paternity test no matter how much you try to assure him otherwise, so brace for that. And be honest, you're not here to find out if you can save your marriage. You know already that you made the choice it wasn't, when you cheated on him 3 times and had the presence of mind to use condoms and such when you did. You're here trying to figure out why you made that choice, even with your husband being as good a guy as you say. You've been living a lie, and the person you have lied to the most is yourself. You need to face that truth, and do the right thing, even though it's going to hurt. But it's better than continuing the pain you've already inflicted, and will inflict again. You both need to find happiness with other people. You're never going to find it with each other now. Comment 6. You are a time addict. And ruining your marriage for nothing. Trust me, it's not fun. Addiction means you're at the point where you are ducking up your real life. Random time won't last forever, but a good marriage will come close. Comment 7. Do you know the tale of the scorpion and the frog? So it's you. You cheated on him because you are a cheater. It's in your character, or better, lack of character. You had cheated and you will cheat again. I'm so sorry for your husband. He did nothing to be treated like this, to be hurted like this. And you are admired that he comes back only for time. Of course, if others enjoy his wife, why not him? Do a big favor to him and leave him, as he has not have the BS to do it himself. Go, and don't come back. He deserves much, much, much better. And please, don't pin a baby on him now. Don't bring more drama, your unfaithfulness is enough. Comment 8. Just do whatever he wants. Nothing else will do here. You can't save your marriage. It's up to him alone. You're a serial cheater with no right to speak to him unless it's to apologize and show real remorse and beg for forgiveness you don't deserve, and already had once before. The status of the marriage is up to him. You've done all the damage you can. Be quiet and wait for him to decide. Expect a divorce. He made the mistake of reconciliation once. I hope he won't make it again. You may be pregnant, so you must expect him to doubt the fatherhood of your baby. I would, and he will. There's not enough bad to say about you and your behavior. Pack a bag and wait for him to decide what to do with you. My God, it's hard to believe you. Comment 9. You will keep cheating and betraying your husband until you have consequences and are held accountable. End of story. Your husband, thus far, has failed to hand you consequences, and you have failed to hold yourself accountable. You are a serial cheater, an unremorseful serial cheater, the very worst kind, because you won't stop, and you have no plans to stop. Get into therapy, it's imperative. Tell your family and close friends what you have done and enlist their aid in holding you accountable. Send your husband here, so he can get good advice for dealing with a serial cheater. You won't like the advice he receives, but it's all good advice for him. You should think about leaving him. At this point, you're just torturing the man. It's literally abuse. Comment 10. I'm not going to lecture about that type of person I believe you may be. I don't know you or anything about your relationship behind closed doors, only what you wrote, so I won't pass judgment. So while I see people have suggested therapy, I happen to agree, but that's on you. I understand how hard making that decision may be scary, but if it helps, I think you should attempt and try it. What's the worst it can do? Anyways, my suggestion is stop putting yourself in situations that may tempt you with other men. I didn't see how you got yourself into them, being work or having a night out with friends or whatever. Just stop. I agree with most on here. Your hubby probably isn't doing well since he removed himself 2 hours away, so I suggest he may need therapy as well from that type of betrayal. Then maybe if, and that's a big if, he does find in his heart to attempt a fourth chance, maybe try couples therapy aside from individual therapy. I don't know, for me it would be hard to take you back after that many betrayals, but I've seen people do it, so you may have a small chance. I hope you find happiness, but especially your husband sounds like he deserves the world for being put through what you wrote. Also keep us up to date if you can, but if you don't, I understand. Few you got a lot of negative answers, deserved or not.
Thanks you for watching Everyday New Movies. See you soon.